I cloned myself. And no, I'm not talking about some sci-fi experiment. I'm talking about something way more useful. I took everything I know about myself, my goals, my values, my journal entries, how I think, how I make decisions, and I uploaded all of it into Claude AI. And now I have a digital version of me that I can literally talk to.
I asked it, should I take this freelance client? And it didn't give me some generic pros and cons list. It told me, based on my priorities, my past experiences, my personality, exactly what I would probably decide. And it was right.
And the wildest part, you can do this too, today, right now, using a free feature inside Claude called Projects. You don't need to code, you don't need to be technical, you just need about 30 minutes and the willingness to get a little introspective. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to upload your entire life into Claude and build a digital twin of yourself. And I promise you by the end of this video, you will never use AI the same way again. Let's get into it. Okay, before we start uploading anything, let me quickly explain what we're working with, because if you've only ever used Claude in the normal chat, you've been missing out on the most powerful feature it has. It's called Projects, and here's what it looks like. When you open Claude, you'll see this option in the sidebar, Projects. When you click into it, you get 3 things that change everything. Number 1, a knowledge base. This is where you upload files, documents, PDFs, text files, notes, anything you want Claude to know about you. Number 2, custom instructions. This is a text box where you tell Claude who you are, how you think, and how you want it to respond. And number 3, the chat itself, where you actually talk to your digital twin. So the concept is dead simple. You take everything about yourself, your notes, your values, your goals, your quirks, you put it into the knowledge base and instructions, and Claude uses all of that context every single time you chat inside that project. It doesn't forget, it doesn't reset, it knows you. Now, let me show you exactly what to upload and how. All right, step 1 is the most important part. Before we even open Claude, we need to gather your life data, and I'm going to give you the exact 6 categories I used. First, create a folder on your computer. Call it My Digital Twin. Inside, make 6 subfolders. I'll walk you through each one. Category 1, Identity and Values. This is the foundation. Open a doc and just describe yourself. Not your resume, not your LinkedIn bio, the real you. What do you care about? What do you believe in? What kind of person are you when nobody's watching? Here's what mine looks like. I wrote things like, I value creative freedom over financial security, and I'm an introvert who needs alone time to function. This is the stuff that makes your digital twin actually sound like you, not like a corporate chatbot. Category 2, Goals and Plans. Write down what you're working toward this year, this quarter, this decade. But here's the key. Also include your obstacles. What's holding you back? What patterns do you keep falling into? Because when you ask your twin for advice later, this is what makes it genuinely helpful. Category 3, and this one's my favorite, your journal entries. If you've ever journaled, even sporadically, this is gold. Go into your Notes app, your journal app, wherever you write, and just export or copy-paste your entries into a text file. You don't need hundreds, even 5 to 10 honest entries give Claude an incredible map of how you think and process things. Now, I know this might feel like a lot, but here's the thing, it doesn't have to be perfect. Start messy. You can always add more later. Even getting the first 3 categories done gives you a digital twin that's shockingly accurate. The other 3 categories, work and skills, communication style, and preferences, I'll cover in just a second. But first, okay, let's knock out the last 3 categories fast. Category 4, work and skills. But don't just list your skills like a resume. Tell Claude how you work. When are you most productive? What's your work philosophy? What have you learned the hard way? This is what turns generic advice into advice that actually fits your life. Category 5, communication style. This one's fun. Describe how you talk, how you text, how you write. Are you formal, casual, sarcastic? Do you love analogies, hate exclamation points? This is what makes your digital twin actually sound like you when it responds. And category 6, preferences and opinions, your hot takes, your worldview, your favorite books, frameworks, philosophies, what you eat, what you believe about money, relationships, success. The weirder and more specific you get here, the more eerily accurate your twin becomes. All right, you've just packaged your entire life into 6 documents. Now let's upload it into Claude and bring your digital twin to life. All right, this is where it gets real. Step 2, we're building the twin. Open Claude, Claude.ai, and go to Projects. Create a new project. I named mine My Digital Twin. You can name it whatever you want, but keep it clear so you can find it easily. Now, the knowledge base. This is where you upload those 6 documents we just created. Click Upload, select your files, and drop them in. And don't worry about size, Claude can handle up to around 200,000 tokens of context. That's roughly 500 pages of text. So unless you've written an autobiography, you're good. Now, the most important part, the custom instructions. This is where you tell Claude what to do with all that information. Think of the knowledge base as the brain and the instructions as the personality programming. Here's exactly what I wrote in mine, and I'll put this in the description so you can copy it. Basically, I told Claude, you are my digital twin. Use my data. Respond as me. Use my voice, my values, my thinking patterns. You're not a generic assistant. You're me. And that's it. That's literally it. Your digital twin is now live. But the real question is, does it actually work? Let's test it. All right, moment of truth. Let's talk to my digital twin. First test, I asked it, what do I value most in life and how should that influence my next career decision? Now watch this response. Look, it's pulling directly from my identity and values document. It's mentioning creative freedom, deep work, family, and it's not just listing them, it's actually reasoning through a career decision using my priorities. That is insane.
Okay, test 2, I wanted to see if it could nail my emotional tone. So I said, I'm feeling burned out. What would I tell my best friend? And look at this. It responded the way I actually talk. It was warm but direct. It even used an analogy because I told it I love analogies. And right here, it referenced a journal entry from 3 months ago where I wrote about recovering from a burnout period. It connected the dots on its own. Last test, I asked it to write a tweet in my voice, and honestly, I would literally post this. It nailed the tone. Short, punchy, a little bit spicy, no fluff. It sounds like me. Now, is it perfect? No, it's maybe 85% me. It occasionally says things I wouldn't say or misses a nuance, but honestly, 85% is scary close, and the more data you give it, the closer it gets. So this is cool, but what do you actually use a digital twin for? Here are 5 real use cases I use mine for every single week.
Number 1, decision making. Whenever I'm stuck on a choice, a business decision, a life decision, I run it by my twin. It weighs the options using my values, not generic advice. It's like having a best friend who's available 24/7 and actually remembers everything you've ever told them.
Number 2, content creation. I ask my twin for video ideas, hooks, scripts, and because it knows my brand, my audience, my goals, the ideas are actually good, not generic, not off-brand, mine. Number 3, journaling companion. When I need to process something, frustration, confusion, excitement, I talk to my twin. It responds the way I think, which helps me untangle my own thoughts. It's like journaling, but interactive. Number 4, writing in my voice. Emails, bios, pitches, social posts. I have Claude draft them using my communication style. And because it's studied how I write, the drafts barely need editing. And number 5, my favorite, life audits. I'll literally ask my twin, based on everything you know about me, what am I neglecting? And it will give me a real, honest answer based on my goals, my patterns, my blind spots. This is not a gimmick. This is a thinking partner that never forgets who you are. Okay, before I let you go, 4 pro tips to make your digital twin even better over time. Tip 1, update your knowledge base at least once a month. You're a living, evolving human. Your twin should evolve too. New goals, new beliefs, new experiences, add 'em. Tip 2, create a running lessons learned document. Every time something significant happens, a win, a failure, a realization, write a few sentences about it and add it to the project. This is how your twin gets genuinely wise. Tip 3, and this is a sneaky one. When you have a really great conversation with your twin, a moment where it gives you advice that genuinely helps, save that conversation. Copy it into a doc and upload it back into the knowledge base. Now your twin learns from its own best moments. And tip 4, keep it private. This project contains the most personal data about you that exists anywhere. Don't share the link, don't screenshot sensitive parts for social media, treat it like a diary, because that's basically what it is. Look, I've been using AI for a while now, and I can honestly say that building a digital twin has been the single most useful thing I've done with it. It's not about replacing yourself, it's about having a version of you that's always available, always ready to think, reflect, decide, and create on your behalf. I put the custom instructions template in the description below so you can copy and paste it. Go build your twin, and when you do, come back and tell me in the comments how creepy it was the first time it sounded exactly like you. I'll see you in the next one.